Well, hey there, guys. Hope you guys' Thursday is going decent so far. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about the new. Now, we've got a couple rebrands that have come out from the St. Louis Blues and the Boston Bruins. They tweaked the logos a little bit. Ended up with like New Jersey designs, and I know a lot of people, they're not crazy about the whole nostalgia thing. The thing is, nostalgia sells. Fans love nostalgia. A lot of people aren't crazy about nostalgia. They don't like the idea of, you know, old jerseys being new again. But the thing is, and I've said this for the longest time, nostalgia is a big moneymaker. Fans love nostalgia, which is why another reason why I've talked about, like, Florida. I would love to see their original red jersey come back, even if just as an alternate. I would love to see that. That's nostalgia. A lot of fans like that stuff. I think a lot of fans would love to see a return of that original Panthers jersey. The Van Beesbrook days, in 1996. I think a lot of fans would really get a kick out of seeing that particular jersey on the ice again. I personally would. I would love it if that original Red Panther jersey came back. Will it? I don't know. I don't know if the Panthers would do that, but I think it would be cool, especially with teams making those rebrands back to the older design. Now, because we talked about, because I've got a few jerseys that I can show here. Like this one. We have the Anaheim, the original, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. This jersey at some point will come back as an alternate at some point, which is why I've said, about the Florida Panthers, I would love to see that original red jersey come back as an alternate, because if they're bringing this one back, if they're going to bring this one back, especially with the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, the shoulder logo, which I love that shoulder logo, by the way, which basically that shoulder logo ended up on their 30th anniversary jersey. But the fans love this. The fans love the eggplant color. They love they love the eggplant and jade type colors. The fans like this, and it will come back at some point. But when they did the rebrand, they basically went that way. If you think, there's subtle differences in this one as with this one, but it's virtually the same thing. Only obviously this is orange. But the fans always wanted this logo back. They always wanted the Mighty Duck logo back, and they kind of got it in orange. Kind of like with LA. LA did the same thing. This, of course, the 1980s, the late 80s into the 90s LA Kings, the Gretzky era Kings. And they came back with this one. So, it is for sure they made some tweaks there. Obviously, they made this more sparkly. This is a more sparkly logo than the original. The original is just kind of a dull gray, as you can kind of see. Kind of a more duller gray, and the crown, of course, was a little different. Well, they went to the original style crown and made the logo a little more sparkly, but design-wise, it's virtually the same. It's black, silver, and white. And again, nostalgia, it sells. Nostalgia sells. And now we just saw St. Louis, this of course was the alternate that they've had, and this is basically what St. Louis is going to. It is basically this jersey. They're going to this jersey. They're changing it a little bit. Like, I mean, this on this one, this has the white outline or the cream outline around the logo. They've gotten rid of that, so that is gone. But virtually everything else is the same. I mean, little tweaks here and there, but virtually everything else is the same on this jersey as it is on the new home jersey. And yeah, they're keeping that color and everything else. Because I was thinking what they were going to do was they were basically going to take this similar logo and make it that kind of darker blue, and possibly put that on the home one. I didn't think they were going to completely come out with two new jerseys, but they did. And I gotta say, I kind of like it. I kind of like the direction they're going. But again, nostalgia. That's 1970s. I mean, this is a style from their inception, the late 60s, early 70s. And then of course we just had Boston. They come out with a rebrand, which now this one, it's this logo. It is this logo. It's basically this jersey, but it doesn't have the yellow doesn't go all the way down. What it is basically, they've taken this logo and they put it on this, because this is what it is. The striping is the same. The striping essentially is the same on the new jersey as it is this. This, of course, is this is the 80s, the 1980s into the early to mid 90s style that they had, with of course the bear. This of course is not on the new one. It is a different bear, and that is only on one shoulder. I don't like that. If you're gonna put a shoulder logo on there, put them on both shoulders. I mean, that's the one thing I don't like about that, is the fact it's only on one shoulder. But it is a newer bear, and it's basically the bear that is on here. This shape of a bear. That's what it is. It's basically this bear on that particular jersey. And on the new home jersey, it's going to say Bruins on it. On the white jersey, it'll say Boston. So kind of how on the past, what now is the old Bruins jersey that they have had basically since 2007, they had that kind of switched around, where on the home one it would say, let's grab that while I'm thinking about it. We'll grab that while I'm thinking about it here. On the home jersey, you can see, as they call this, the clamshell. They have Bruins in big lettering on top, and then Boston here. And on the white jersey, it's reversed. It's Boston going up here and Bruins down there. So that's basically what they've done with the new home jersey, is something very similar to that. And which is all well and good to me. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. But I mean, yeah. It is literally this jersey with the Centennial logo on it. Now, one thing I do think that they did that they should have taken onto the new one from this one, the neckline. The neckline on the new jersey is all black. I think they should have incorporated some yellow. I think they could have easily taken this neckline here, the yellow neck and the hat and kind of the half look here. They could have taken this neckline and put that on the new jersey, and I think that would have made it. That would have been incredible. Not saying that the all black neckline is bad, but I think a little more color would have been good on that one. That's my only nitpick about that particular jersey is I think they should have taken this neckline and added that to that one. That's my only nitpick with that with the Boston home one. And it's a sweet looking jersey. It really, really is. But again, nostalgia is a big thing. I mean, we see, especially with nostalgia, because this is because Vancouver going back to the 90s, going back to the 90s with this. Which, I mean, I like this jersey. This is nice. They took that 90s look, but they made it with, like the current style Vancouver colors, or the striping from their original look, and it looks good. It looks really good. Now, once I get this back up here, there we go. It's interesting trying to crank, you're trying to, make sure that the logos don't get folded when you're hanging it back up. But nostalgia is a big thing. Nostalgia is a big thing, and fans love the idea of nostalgia. They just like it. What's old is new again. And what's old is new sells a lot. And again, that's why, I mean, when Carolina went back to basically this for their 25th anniversary jersey, which obviously I'm sorry, I think Carolina made a mistake by not keeping this. This should have been the home jersey. They should have kept this one, because this was an amazing look. This is an amazing look. And I mean, it's fantastic. It is a fantastic look, and again, nostalgia sells. That black jersey, the double hurricane flag, that black jersey for the Canes, that's a great alternate. Carolina, this should be the home jersey. It's not, but it should be. It should have been. They should have kept this because it is popular. It was very popular. It sold very, very well. And just for whatever reason, they didn't want to keep that around. I mean, the Buffalo Goat Head. The goat head jersey. I mean, if we're going back, if we're going all the way back here, we're going back into, I mean, how popular was this? How popular is this today? It's fantastic. Old school still is a great combination. And again, when you honestly think about, when you look at all the teams that have made these changes, Calgary went back to their original look. It sells. It sells. It is a great, it's a great moneymaker because the fans love it, the organizations love it, and they listen to their fans. You always get some of the people out there, I hate nostalgia. I want to see new stuff, yada, yada, yada. Well, this is kind of new stuff, but it's old becoming new. What's old is new again, and people like it. A lot of people like it. I mean, even when Vancouver made the rebrand of the Orca, they went back to their original colors. They went back to the green and blue. I mean, it's. You're always going to get those people that hate the idea of, the older stuff being new again. But again, that's why the CCM vintage line was so popular. People loved seeing that stuff. They loved seeing those old jerseys being redone. And one thing I do wish CCM would have been able to have done, if the CCM vintage line would have been able to have continued, I would have loved to have seen them come out with the Cleveland Barons. They never made a Cleveland Barons jersey in CCM. I would have loved to have seen one of those. That would have been fantastic. Custom Throwback Jerseys has some of those, which I know are kit jerseys because CCM never actually made them. But you could get a Cleveland Barons jersey through Custom Throwback Jerseys, which I honestly have thought about getting one just to have, because I don't have one. But, again, so, when you have teams that are making these rebrands, and it's basically a jersey from 30 plus years ago, 30 or more years ago, the fans like it. The Bruins and the Blues come out with these new jerseys, and the people are loving it. And that's why I implore the Florida Panthers to come back out with their original 1996 style. And maybe that's something they think about in for 2026. Well, no, this next year will be 2025-26. It will be 30 years next year since the Panthers went to their first Stanley Cup final. They lost in Florida, Colorado, the year I graduated high school, but that jersey, I would love to see that come back. I really would. To see this again, to see this on the ice again, this red with this leaping panther on it. Oh, especially in the Fanatics style. Oh, I think they could do. It could look so incredible, especially with the way they do the logos. The 3D style logos that they do with the raised embroidery. What could you do with that? Oh, I think there's so much they could do. But yes, I would implore the reigning defending two-time champions, bring this back at the very least as an alternate, please. With this on the shoulder, this jersey specifically. Don't change anything. Bring this back. It would look amazing. With old being new again, let's make this in the Fanatics. Let's make this in the Fanatics Premium. Let's make this in the Fanatics Authentic Pro. You'll have a seller. This will sell big time. So let me know though what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like the idea of old being new again, or do you think that the teams just do it as a big time cash grab? I firmly believe it is done because the fans love it, and is it a cash grab? Well, everything's a cash grab if you think about it, but the fans love the old school looks. They like it. That's why Buffalo not only brought back the goat head, they went back to their original look with the royal blue and yellow. So, again, what's old is new, and it's very popular. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know your opinions. Hit that like button. It helps out the channel. Only takes a second. Also, subscribe to their channel and let your friends know. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. I would love you if you did that. Also, hit that little notification bell that will notify you anytime future videos are uploaded. And also share the video with everyone that you know. And just let if there's people out there that you know that love hockey content, let them know about the channel. I welcome everybody from all around the world, from any fan base. It don't matter. If you like hockey, I'd love to see you here. I'd love to see you be a subscriber to Larry's House of Hockey. And yeah, because I mean, it's one thing about being here. Love hockey. Hockey born, hockey bred. Damn, I'll be hockey dead. So let me know in the comments your guys' opinions. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video with everyone that you know. And yeah, nostalgia will always rule.